Welcome to another edition of the Omaha News. Coming up, this tax season is the first where the IRS can penalize those who had no health insurance in the last year. However, it may be easier for some to pay the penalty. I'm Eugene Tyler.
And I'm Kristen Rogers. The City of Omaha has been working to accommodate children with special needs, building new parks and playgrounds called Universal Playgrounds. All this and more on the Omaha News.
This is the Omaha News, presented by the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, from the studios of UNO Television.
This tax season marks the first year the IRS will penalize those who don't have health insurance. Monday was the deadline to get insurance for 2015, but as Kenneth Vella reports, it's actually easier for some people to pay the penalty than to buy the insurance.
Tax season is upon us once again.
Do you have any more questions for me?
For some, that could either mean a nice refund,
This is your federal refund right here, $6,579.
or a hefty fine. That's because tax offices around Omaha are seeing an increasing amount of people without health insurance. Lack of coverage means having to pay a minimum penalty of $95 this tax season and a minimum penalty of $325 the next, something that would be difficult for the uninsured Debbie Downs.
That's groceries for a month right there.
According to healthcare.gov, an extension to apply for health insurance for next year's tax season was given until February 15th of this year, meaning whoever did not make the deadline will have to pay either a minimum penalty of $325 or 2% of their annual household income.
To me, that's a significant amount. I mean, if we're talking about a fine of $50, you'd go, yeah, whatever. But $325, that's expensive.
Despite being given an extension to apply for health insurance, many people still prefer to pay the fine.
I've been on the Marketplace website myself, and to be honest with you, the penalty is a lot cheaper than having to pay the monthly premium.
And many of her clients feel the same way.
Probably at least 50% of the people that I've seen so far do not have health insurance. They just can't afford it.
But expensive or not, Miranda still thinks health coverage is very important to have, if one can afford it.
Personally, I always recommend that you have health insurance. I mean, it's necessary. If you can get it through your employer, then that's the best option. Going through the Marketplace is another option, but again, it's not affordable.
For the Omaha News, I'm Kenneth Vella.
Due to outages on the sign-up site and long wait times by phone, some may be eligible. Visit healthcare.gov where you can find up-to-date information. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, has sent recommendations to the company that produces the television show Cops. This is in response to the death of a crew member after a police shooting occurred last year. The recommendations OSHA had were over how to train employees, how to use ballistic vests properly, how to film at a distance when gunfire starts, and how to take cover during a shooting. OSHA stated that they will not be issuing citations for failing to protect the employees from workplace hazards.
Spending a day out in the park is a common sight for families when the weather warms up in Omaha. Adam Preister tells us for families with handicapped children, traditional playground equipment does not allow them to participate as they might like.
This is Wyatt. He's an 8-year-old boy, and he can't always play on the playground equipment with other kids his age.
He loves to do everything anybody else likes to do, but he just needs a little bit more special adaptive equipment in order to play and have fun like everybody else.
The City of Omaha has been working to accommodate kids like Wyatt by building new parks and playgrounds called Universal Playgrounds. Universal Playgrounds are a little more expensive than traditional playgrounds, but there are many benefits to having them.
They are more expensive because of the surfacing that's involved. There's a lot of concrete, and it's that rubberized surface that you see. And we're doing that underneath all of the playgrounds.
But the city is stepping up to help.
Nebraska DEQ, they do give a rebate if you use Nebraska-derived tire products on their playgrounds.
This is the city's latest achievement in Universal Parks and Playgrounds, the All-Play Complex at Seymour Smith Park. Here, handicapped children and adults are given opportunities to play, not just on playground equipment, but they are also able to participate in sports leagues.
It's just nice interaction between the parents and the grandparents to come out with their kids of special needs, of all needs. We do quite frequently see a lot of children with walkers and crutches now, and even autistic children, and there's a lot of activities for them to do.
The city has done a lot in recent years to build more universal parks and has shown a commitment to consider all kinds of families.
I have lived in a lot of different other towns, and I don't recall really any other playgrounds, so I do know Omaha has several in the area that kids do get to go to. I think the need is always there, that the kids need to be treated like all kids.
Reporting for the Omaha News, I'm Adam Preister.
The All Play Complex at Seymour Smith Park will open for the first time this spring season. Last night, a local bakery, Nietos Pasteleria, was robbed at gunpoint. An employee of the bakery said that the robber was in and out of the bakery in less than a minute. Omaha police are using the security footage to look for leads. The bakery is located west of 16th and Vinton.
Therapy can come in several forms for those seeking comfort. Omaha News reporter Dylan Seth shows how a local pet therapy group uses man's best friend to ease the minds of those who cannot be with their own companions.
When patients are bound to a hospital bed,
good smellers, don't they? Yeah, very good.
Anything to remind them of home can help them cope. For animal lovers, a local volunteer group will bring their collared companion right to their bedside.
She's a greyhound. Have you seen a greyhound?
These pets can brighten the day of not only the patients, but for staff and visitors as well.
I think just connecting with the patients, giving them some kind of a bright spot in their day, something different to think about for a little while while they're here getting better.
Midlands Pet Therapy has over 70 volunteers, stopping all across Omaha to share the love that their pets have to offer.
Nursing homes, assisted living, adult daycare.
Before volunteers and their companions could come out to places like Lakeside Hospital, everyone is registered with the national organization Pet Therapy Incorporated to make sure the pets are not only obedient, but friendly to everyone they'll be meeting.
Whether your dog gets along with other dogs, whether they like people, can handle lots of different noises and activity. So a lot of dogs, I think, are capable of doing it.
For patients who can't be with their own pets, these dogs are more than happy to share their love. And sometimes the challenge for the volunteers is getting their pets to leave their newfound friends. For the Omaha News, I'm Dylan Seth.
For more information at Midlands Pet Therapy and how to volunteer, visit their website at midlandspetTherapy.com.
Coming up on the Omaha News, Lauritsen Gardens is currently filled with thousands of Legos. There are 27 new sculptures created from thousands of Legos.
And UNO is home to many international students trying to get an education. Leaving their homes for this education can be a difficult task. All this and more after the break.
You should go first. There are no advertisers to be satisfied, only an audience to be satisfied.
We take our responsibility as journalists very seriously. We are constantly thinking about our viewers and what they care about.
We want to let you know what the information is, and then you decide what you want to think.
At the News Hour, we are after the facts and only the facts.
You've always known you were a leader, someone who works hard to achieve your goals. You can see it. You can see your success in front of you. You pursue a college education for the old-fashioned reasons, to learn, to make yourself more valuable, to succeed. You need a place that celebrates your ambition and positions you alongside visionary people just like you. You, my friend, belong here, the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
UNO TV invites you to take a journey around the world, to lush jungles with endangered species, to exotic lands and different cultures, to lost cities beneath the sands. Travel through time to see ancient secrets on the other side of the world, the growth of the American West, or the start of Nebraska's largest city. Or just explore our state. Find out about Nebraska in World War II. Learn how Omaha has grown since. Discover the effort to renovate its green spaces, the history of one of its most impressive buildings, or look at its internationally recognized university. For over 20 years, UNO-TV has produced award-winning documentaries that explore, educate, and enlighten. To find out more, call 402-554-2516 or visit unotv.unomaha.edu.
You're watching the Omaha News.
More than 3,000 Legos were used to create the 27 sculptures featured at Lorenzen Gardens. Blake Higginbotham joins us from the newsroom with the story about the newest exhibit connecting nature and bricks.
Thanks, Kristen. While the weather outside may not be ideal for gardening, Lorenzen Gardens makes it so you don't have to wait until in spring to enjoy nature. The bright blossoms and colorful Lego sculptures can turn around any gloomy day.
It means a lot, this place.
And Omaha's Lorenzen Gardens currently has both. But it wasn't Lego bricks that made Chris Frerich's day 1 year ago.
What I did is I bought a brick and it said, "Dee, will you marry me, Christopher?"
He and his wife Dee have been coming back ever since.
It's amazing the variety of flowers and plant life that they have at Lorenzen Garden, which has expanded tremendously with the new conservatory.
Plant preservation and conservation have been two extremely important factors over the past 5 years, and it's something they'll look to build on as they try and preserve the plants of the Great Plains.
The beauty of a garden is it's always changing and it's really never finished.
Mia Jenkins, Director of Marketing, compared the exhibit's 27 nature-inspired sculptures made entirely of Legos to the real world.
They kind of represent how everything in the natural world is connected and how things rely on each other to really help our world grow and thrive.
The 17,500 square foot conservatory offers the public another attraction.
It really makes us a four-season destination and a place that people can enjoy throughout the year.
No matter the season, Chris Frerich will never forget Lorenzen Gardens.
It's so nice to be able to have this here in the hometown here of Omaha.
The conservatory features tropical and temperate houses that display distinct environment and plant palettes. You can see the conservatory and Lego exhibit daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Back to you, Kristen.
For more information and a complete calendar of upcoming events at lorenzengardens.org. Omaha's first ever Milk for Kids drive takes place this weekend. Norris Middle School and Omaha South students are volunteering to take donations. Shoppers are being asked to donate 1 gallon of milk for the Great American Milk Drive. The drive will be held at 5 local Baker stores located at 120th and Center, 132nd and Maple, 156th and Dodge, and Bellevue and Saddle Creek locations. You can also donate online at milklife.com/give.
For many international students, getting a college degree in a foreign country opens up a lot of doors, but what people may not know is what they have to sacrifice to be here. Benjamin Hausch tells us about a 21-year-old student who is thousands of miles away from home and missing her family.
It's not unusual for an international student like Stephanie Akbakung to Skype home.
I'm from Benin in West Africa. It's a small country right next to Nigeria.
8,000 miles away from home to be exact, and like any other international students, she's here to pursue a college degree.
Most young people in Benin want to go abroad for college. It's what's going on there, and most countries in Africa are like that. My mom made this.
But what lies beneath that determination is the feeling of being homesick.
The hardest part was to leave my family. I have 2 little sisters and a little brother. They were 9 and 7 when I left, and that was really hard to just leave them behind because I was the big sister. I was taking care of them. I miss my parents a lot as well.
And when it's time for the holiday seasons, Akbakung found it hard to enjoy.
I was alone in a foreign country. I didn't have friends that I could spend Christmas with, and I just spent it at my dorm by myself, and it was really sad.
For many international students, feeling homesick is unavoidable. But for Akbakung, the best way to make her feel less homesick is to think about her goals.
The number one thing is to remember why you're here. If you have a goal, no matter what happens on the way, if you keep your eyes on that goal, you'll get through it.
For the Omaha News, I'm Benjamin Hausch.
Though it's hard for international students to be far away from home, holding on to the goal is what helps them overcome the feeling of being homesick. The UNO competitive speech team, Math Forensics, are now the top program in the state, after securing first place in the Nebraska Intercollegiate Forensics Association tournament. UNO senior Carly Curran was named the top speaker of the state, followed by the UNO junior Katie Zaleski. This is the second time UNO has been named state champion. Coming up after the break, UNO's men's basketball team has a home court advantage at the Ralston Arena. See how a local fraternity tried to keep the moral high supporting their team.
Also, one senior in Council Bluffs has found his passion playing basketball. Now he is the leading scorer in Iowa despite his team's losing record. All this and more after the break.
KVNO was in a really interesting place. This Victorian mansion near UNO.
3 floors. The studios were on the 3rd floor.
Bedrooms and bathrooms. So we had a challenge, but we ultimately ended up with an on-air studio.
We soundproofed it with carpet, and actually I think it sounded really warm, very radio friendly.
There were also rumors that the 3rd floor was haunted. Those were the maid's chambers, as we were told.
I had a sink in the office and leaded glass windows which looked out on the stable house in the back.
One colleague talking about having the window open one day, a warm spring or fall day, and a squirrel jumping through the window onto a turntable.
It was a great place, a great ambiance for a fine arts station.
It definitely had a charm to it.
About how you're feeling right now. One thing you would like our viewers to know about this state.
The importance of volunteerism.
What are you saying to folks?
I'm here to discuss these images.
When you can take that knowledge and that expertise and that passion in terms that they're all going to understand.
They need to know the real stories.
I'm Kathy Wyatt. Join us for Consider This each week on NET1.
NET Television expands your mind, enlightens your mind, inspires your mind, educates your mind, entertains your mind. NET Television opens up new worlds to you. Explore, travel, learn, discuss, debate. NET Television keeps you informed. Music, theater, dance, art, news. NET Television awakens your dreams, seeks to serve, strengthens our communities. We are Nebraskans. We are NET Television, Nebraska's PBS station.
You're watching the Omaha News.
Some may not believe in a home court advantage, but the Mavericks are 2-11 on the road this year and 7-5 at Ralston Arena, proving the comfort of home. The road has not been friendly to the Maverick men's basketball team this year, but home court is a different story.
This year it feels good. We love playing at home this year because the fans our student section is more this year than last year, so we love playing at home.
And the fans are a big reason.
You know, we're doing what we can.
The Pike fraternity has been following the Mavericks for the past 2 seasons.
Every home game.
And the players notice.
To see that in the stands and stuff like that, and we love those guys. They're fun to be around, and I'm glad they come to every home game and just get the crowd going. That's what we need a lot at home games. So
they mean a lot. They even invited us to come over to their house once this year. They're really cool.
Oh yeah, we just had them over, had some burgers, just sat around, talked. It was a good time, just kind of meeting them more on a personal level, and it was great. It means a lot more when we come out to the games and see them, know them more in person, and it makes it a lot more special, a good experience.
Omaha basketball means a lot to the fans, but it's the fans that mean the most to Omaha basketball.
That's a great feeling, just to be at home, and especially I'm a hometown kid, so just see my family and friends in the stands, just to see that, and just to see the environment I'm around. It's fun to be around.
It makes us play harder and They just cool to see them over there going crazy.
Be a part of the excitement on February 19th as the Mavs take on Oral Roberts at the Ralston Arena. Lance Armstrong has recently lost a legal battle over the bonuses he received from winning his Tour de France. He is being ordered to pay $10 million to SCA, a sports insurance company. Back in 2004, Armstrong lied under oath when asked about using performance-enhancing drugs to get bonuses from his winnings. The SCA paid him $7.5 million then, and now they want it back.
It took a new school and a new sport, but Omaha News reporter Ryan Matheny tells us that one Council Bluffs senior has finally found his calling.
Playing organized basketball until his sophomore year of high school, but that hasn't stopped Heartland Christian senior Stevie Horan from becoming the leading scorer in Iowa.
I guess I've just come a long way.
As a freshman at Omaha North, Horan went out for wrestling, quickly realized he needed a change.
I didn't ever even have the drive to go to school, and I went out for student council, wouldn't be getting good grades, so I just coming here just gave me a better outlook and wanting to strive for excellence.
Excellence has been something Horan has gotten used to. In a game earlier this season at the Mid-America Center, Horan exploded for 50 of his team's 53 points.
My best friend who set the record last year for our school was 48. Cody was there, and I told him after that game I was going to break it. So once I realized I had 37 with about 4 minutes to go, I looked up at him, and he knew, and then I just started shooting.
Heartland Christian head basketball coach and athletic director Larry Gray says Horan's ability comes from a great work ethic.
This boy's worked on his game. He's chosen to go when no one else will go. When everybody else is going out on dates, when everybody else is doing something or going home to sleep, this kid's playing basketball.
Even though he's had plenty of success on the court individually, Horan's main concern remains with the team and getting wins, something the Eagles have struggled with this season.
When we come out ready to play, then we can play with anybody that we're going to play. And so we just got to be ready to play, ready to come out fired up.
Whether it's team or individual success, Gray is confident in what Horan can accomplish.
He's got way too much drive, way too much passion, and way too much talent. And so no telling where he's going to go.
For the Omaha News, I'm Ryan Matheny.
Horan currently leads the Iowa high school basketball in scoring at just over 30 points per game. You can follow along with its progress through the postseason at quickstatsiowa.com. Coming up after the break, UNO's theater department is preparing their next performance.
Katharine Hepburn left a lasting trend with the fashion of women. The Durham Museum has an exhibit over her style. Omaha News reporter Emily Masters brings us more after the break.
To go above.
It was something new.
Or reach beyond.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
When you want to peer inside.
There's something wrong here. This isn't normal.
It would seem almost impossible. Or push the limit.
Large tornado! It's humongous! You need to get out now!
When you want to dive deep.
These divers are like astronauts.
Our human nature is to push into places that we don't know about.
Or go to the edge.
There are other worlds out there.
We don't know exactly what we're going to find.
When you want to find new frontiers.
I was truly astonished.
You just don't ever know.
Nova.
Wednesdays on NET1.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is a place for tomorrow's leaders. A place where individuals converge on a path to success, getting the attention and direction they need as they begin their career. It's where students take pride in serving Omaha, a city we've invested in for more than 100 years. UNO is a place where greatness begins. The University of Nebraska at Omaha.
UNO's theater department will be performing Freak Show this month. The play is a story about living wonders surviving in a remarkable world. During the change of the century, previews for Freak Show will run February 25th and 26th. Performances will run February 27th and 28th, as well as March 4th through March 7th.
There is nothing worse than having limited mobility. Katharine Hepburn knew this to be true. Reporter Emily Masters gets more in-depth about how Katharine Hepburn preferred the comfort of pants to a dress.
Katharine Hepburn's fashion trends have left lasting impressions on women.
Katharine Hepburn, to me, she was a trailblazer.
I think she was a marvelous actress and a real trendsetter.
What most people do not know is that Hepburn was one of the first women to make pants fashionable for women.
Many of today's women owe much of their fashion to Katharine Hepburn's trailblazing efforts.
Yes, Katharine Hepburn was a woman ahead of her time. She was very adamant that she should be comfortable as well as fashionable, and she is famous of saying that whenever a man tells me he prefers a woman in a skirt, I say try one. Try a skirt, because she thought they were very uncomfortable, and she liked being able to have that freedom of movement, and so for her, comfort was paramount, and that is one of her lasting legacies to the modern woman, is pants.
Hepburn, wanting to ensure her comfort, unknowingly set the trend for the pants-wearing women of today. Costume design professor at UNO, Sharon Sobel, was on to say how the actress made sure she was always ready for the camera.
Her image was very important to her, and she was very, very clear about, about how she was going to be presented on film and in public.
The costumes being displayed are all items that Hepburn was allowed to keep from films.
We see her in her films, and these clothes allow us to get closer to her on a personal level.
The exhibit is set to run from February 7th through April 26th. For the Omaha News, I'm Emily Masters.
For more information, visit the Durham Heritage Museum page at durhammuseum.org. Remember to watch the Omaha News Extra this week. Every Friday, you can watch the Omaha News Extra on our website.
Omaha News Extra will feature additional stories and coverage of Omaha and Nebraska. You can watch it on our website, theomahanews.com.
This week's stories include a new way to order Girl Scout cookies.
For all of us at the Omaha News, good night.
UNO Television gives students a chance to work in a real studio. Working on the TV crew, students get hands-on experience with lights, camera, and action. Working on a variety of shows gives students a leg up looking for jobs. In fact, many former crew members work at local stations. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for students to learn the science and art of TV production. UNO TV, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
When will you look deep into space? When will you travel back in time? When will you experience the power of red? When? Anytime. Online at video.netnebraska.org. Search, select, and share with the NET Video Player. Watch our shows on your schedule.
Watch the Omaha News Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on the Knowledge Network.
What if there were a neighborhood where every child felt they belonged, and a big dog helped them stay little a little longer? A monkey helped helped them find the wonder in every little thing. And a flightless bird showed them how to soar. Support the people and programs that never stop asking, what if?